No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Simon is the second in command to the Apex, a cult that worships Amelia, who they believe to be the real conductor while they see 1-1 as an imposter and threat. They believe that the numbers on their hands represent power, and instead of trying to get them down and working through their issues, their goal is to make their number as high as possible. He's been on the train since he was about 10 years old, and like Grace, didn't have an introduction video when arriving on the train as most passengers do. In the beginning of his time on the train, the cat was his companion. 3 months after travelling together, however, she abandoned him for some unknown reason, which seems to be why he hates denizens or nulls so much. When reuniting with the cat, interestingly, he treated her like a person, even reciprocating her au revoir. This could possibly mean that his attitudes towards denizens are a complete farce and that he's aware of the fact that they have human thoughts and feelings. Or that maybe he's actively lying to himself to protect himself from getting hurt by a denizen again. As one of the themes for the season is the lies we tell ourselves, the latter makes a lot of sense to me. What can we tell from Simon about his behaviour so far? He appears to be confident, being cocky and competitive with Grace, and is brash enough to believe that he can take on an extremely powerful denizen like Tuba on his own in a fight. While appearing to be pretty calm and collected, he also seems to be quick to anger. He also seems to be dealing with severe trauma, as when crossing paths with the cat, he was visibly troubled and even said outright that it was hard for him to be there. Despite his usual chill and easygoing demeanour, he has an incredibly sadistic side, perhaps more so than Grace, and passionately enjoys taking out his anger on denizens. To understand Simon, it may be worth looking at his position in the Apex, and examining what he personally gets out of it. As Simon was abandoned, it would make sense for him to seek companionship and be interested in forming a family of sorts, in order to fill the hole in his heart that his old companion left. However, the only person he seems to really connect to is Grace, so it's entirely possible that he is unsatisfied by the Apex. I think it may be relevant that Simon is passionately into figurines, as we've seen him not only paint figures in the present, but he seems to have painted figures in the past, as they were present inside the cat's house. There are a couple of things we can insinuate from this. The figures could represent his need to control things. Denizens and people have a free will, but figurines can't abandon you or betray you, which could also fit in with his leadership role in the Apex. It's also possible that he liked figurines as a kid, and that he's clinging on to a memory from his childhood. His relationship with Grace is very interesting to me. They have a lot of chemistry, seemingly having romantic feelings for each other. Being the leader of the Apex, I wonder if Grace had a hand in shaping his views of the conductor and denizens. Seeing as Grace is the only person who has met the conductor, this seems more than likely. It could be that Grace was saved by Amelia from a denizen, giving her a negative view towards denizens, a view that she transferred to a vulnerable Simon after he was abandoned, using the cat as a catalyst. Simon and Grace actively encourage each other to try and be worse people, seeing who can score the most points, and trying to impress each other with how awful they can be. The relationship is highly toxic. Not only this, but Grace may have created a bigger monster than she has realised here, with Simon disobeying her command to leave Tuba alone, and murdering her. I think the second half of the season could see Simon becoming the main antagonist, with Grace trying to help him see reason once she herself discovers the truth about the numbers. Despite his hatred of nulls, in episode 5 we see Simon seemingly start to warm up to Tuba. However, he almost immediately U-turned after Tuba had served her purpose to him. Because of his track record with Lake explicitly stating that nulls are only worth something when they're useful, it could be that he never actually felt anything towards Tuba and was simply manipulating her. With that being said, his U-turn could also be interpreted as his trust issues towards denizens manifesting itself, and Simon not wanting to be hurt again. Due to the way that he acted around the cat, I'm more inclined to believe the latter. Can Simon be redeemed? I think at this point the only way Simon could possibly redeem himself is maybe through death. Killing Tuba may have been a point of no return for his character, and if he were to redeem himself, it makes sense if he did so sacrificing himself for a denizen. In the opposite sense, if he were to go full irredeemable villain, then dying would also make sense for his character, as he would need to suffer consequences for his actions. Not only is there a strong narrative pressure for Simon to die, but he's almost been crushed on 3 separate occasions, which leads me to believe that it's being heavily foreshadowed. I hope the show does find a way to redeem Simon without killing him. I'd like to see him and Grace take up the role of parents to Hazel. Maybe the pair of them can redeem themselves as parents. The show has always been about improving yourself as a person, so maybe it could happen. But something in my gut tells me that this man doesn't have a chance. Only time will tell. I truly believe Infinity Train is one of the greatest shows of our time, and if you haven't watched it yet, I highly suggest you do so. If you like this video, be sure to drop it a like, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe if you want more content from me in the future. Thanks so much for watching.